Okay, lesson 3-4, day 2. We are going to start here with writing a paragraph proof. So a skydiver made jumps with 3 parachutes. The graph shows the height of the skydiver from the time the parachute opened to the time the landing for each jump. Which statement is true? So you want to look at the graph and see what's going on there. Kind of got a little crooked there. The parachute opened at the same height in jumps A and B. So did they open at the same height? No, it's actually B and C. So that one's wrong. The parachute was open for the same amount of time in jumps B and C. Well, that would actually be A and B because you can see they both meet at the same time. So that one's wrong. The skydiver descended at the same rate in jumps A and B. Well, it's the slope that determines the rate, and A and B do not have the same slope, so that is wrong. So the correct answer is D, and you can look, they do look parallel, same slope, same rate, would be parallel lines, and you could confirm that if you wanted to by finding the slope of each of those two lines. So I'd like you to pause the video and try the guided practice questions 4, 5, and 6, and then check your answers with the video. Okay, example 5, a real-world problem. It's talking about roller coasters. Okay, during the climb on a Magnum XL 200 roller coaster, you move 41 feet upward for every 80 feet you move horizontally. At the crest of the hill, you have moved 400 feet forward. Make a table showing the height of the Magnum at every 80 feet it moves horizontally. How high is the roller coaster at the top of its climb? So it rises 41 for a run of every 80. So at 80, it's 41. And 160, it would be twice that, which would be 82. At 240, it would be another 41 added onto that. And then another 41 added onto that. And then another 41 added onto that. Write the fraction that represents the height of the magnum climbs for each foot it moves horizontally. What does the numerator represent? Okay, so rise over run equals and this represents the slope. And the reason that we did divide that out is it does say each foot, so that's each 1 foot. Okay, another roller coaster, the Millennium Force, climbs at a slope of 1. At its crest, the horizontal distance from the starting point is 310 feet. And these climb by 50s. Of course, it's the vertical. All right, so Millennium is going to be slope of 1, so 1 over 1. The magnum we'll come back to. So if the horizontal distance from the starting point is 310 feet and it's a 1-to-1, that means 310, 310, that's going to be the Millennium. And then the magnum, we need to find, if you graph the points from before, at 400 it's at 205. So approximately like that. So that's the magnum. Which climb is steeper? Well, I know that the magnum, when we did the division earlier, was 0.5125. So the Millennium, because 1 is greater than 0.5125. Okay, go ahead and do the guided practice. Pause the video, and then I will close the lesson. There shouldn't be a 9, it should be a parenthesis. If you recall earlier in the notes, it said, there was a little blib, that the absolute value of the slope, the one with the greater absolute value, is the one that is steeper. So that is why Q, line Q, would be steeper. Okay, and then in the roller coaster problem, you find out the slope is 0.857. That is greater than 0.5125, so it's more steep than the Magnum, but it's less than 1, which is less steep than the Millennium. And how do you find the slope of a line given coordinates? You use the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. And that's the end of lesson 3-4.